Hi, I am Gowtham Balaji with the Scholastic Kids Press Corps. I'm here now talking with author Margaret Peterson Haddix. Since this series is made up of books written by different authors, how did you feel knowing that you were going to be the final author and have to wrap up all the loose ends from the previous author's books?
Well, I felt very honored to be asked to get to do that, but I also felt a great sense of responsibility because I knew that it would be a hard thing to do and that I was needing to keep things up for everybody.
What traps did the previous authors lay for you?
Well, because things change a lot throughout the course of the whole series, there were lots of things that as I was reading the early books in the series, I was thinking, oh, well, I'll do this with this character, and then I would be tricked finding out in some of the later books that that's not what that character's like, or there's more information or background that I wasn't aware of until I read the later books. So it was kind of like what the readers experienced.
Oh, okay. This book is the highly anticipated finale of the series, but how did you prepare to write the conclusion for such a complicated adventure?
Well, I read all of the earlier books, and I kind of went through some of the information online and looked at the cards so that I would be prepared for all of that. I also went to England, which is the location for the first part of the book, and visited all the locations that I knew Amy and Dan were going to be going to, and kind of tried to picture what it would be like for the characters and what clues they would pick up on in each of those scenes.
Which character would you most be like, do you think?
I would probably be the most like Amy.
But why?
Because I also really like to read, and I really love libraries, and I'm actually quite a bit like her in terms of personality too.
What was the biggest challenge for you when writing this book?
The biggest challenge was the fact that I did not have final versions of books 7, 8, or 9 when I had to start writing it. So things were changing a little bit even as I was writing.
Cool. How is this book any similar or different than any other books you have written in the past?
I've written a lot of other books that are adventurous type books and where there's suspense, so that was very similar. I've never done anything like this before where I'm working with other authors' characters, and I was actually a little bit concerned that it would be hard to do that, but they're such fun characters to work with that I just really enjoyed it.
Which book is most like the Into the Gauntlet that you wrote?
Of the other books that I've written, probably I have a series that's called The Missing, and the first book in that series is called Found, and there are lots of, there are lots of really strange things that happen in that book, and I think that's similar to Into the Gauntlet.
Which character that you wrote is most like Amy and Dan?
I'm not sure that there are characters that are that much like Amy and Dan, but it's kind of funny because in the Missing series, it's a brother and sister who are dealing with a lot of the things. So certainly dealing with the brother-sister relationship, that's something that I was very comfortable doing.
What can fans expect in the last book of the 39 Clues?
They can expect some more surprises, which is no surprise since you expect that with each of the books. One of the ones that I think I can actually tell you about at this point is that some characters that were last seen in the first book, The Maze of Bones, and nobody's known what happened to them throughout the rest of the series, they come back for the 10th book.
Oh.
So.
What's your next big project?
The next big project that I have coming, I just had the 3rd book in the Missing series come out. I've finished the 4th book, and I'm starting to write the 5th book, so that's kind of the next thing that I'm working on.
Okay, thank you. This is from Scholastic Gowtham Balaji signing off.